like, will that pick up if I'm just sitting here talking, kind of just going off on one? Will that pick up? Testing. Oh man. Oh. So yeah, I don't really have a script for this or anything. I'm just gonna speak, and for a good 15-20 minutes here and just talk about my first show day weekend. What an experience it was, honestly. It's just the morning after, it's about 9:30 back in Glasgow, and it just kind of hasn't sunk in yet. It's weird winning something. Oh yeah, first of all, I came first in my first ever bodybuilding competition at the weekend there, which was the PCA Berry Naturals, just naturals, I guess. But yeah, first place in junior bodybuilding, out of a decent lineup. You know, I was scared going into it that I was either going to get annihilated or like I would have had a guaranteed medal, as bad as that sounds. I hold myself to a very high standard, so I wanted to, you know, compete and not just have a cakewalk in a way. Or the other side of it, as I said, where I would have had no chance. But you know, I've never done something like that before. I come from team sports, so competing in something that I put in the work for myself, with help along the way from family members, coaches, etc. But you know, anyone involved in bodybuilding knows the serious graft and 24/7 work ethic that goes into it. And you know, I just really, I don't have words sometimes, although I'm so talkative and can never shut up, honestly. Like, I'm a bit taken aback just now. Really tired as well, because I've hardly slept. I had like 4 hours sleep when I got in. It was a long travel day yesterday, like the show day, and then having to travel home, get a flight home and then drive my coach Noah back to his house from Edinburgh, so that was like a good hour, and then drive from his house to my house, good 20 minutes, half an hour. So I ended up going to sleep at like 2, half 2, in and out of sleep until like 8:30, because it just feels like Christmas. I'm like that pure buzzing way you get around Christmas, where you can't sleep, and I was just so chuffed with myself that like I'm reaping the rewards of all this work I've put in. But yeah, enough about that. I just want to talk about the weekend. I seriously cannot thank, over the weekend, cannot thank Noah enough for everything. I feel like we've only worked together about 5 months now, and I feel like I've made a brother for life, honestly. And that's just the start for us, you know. We still have 2 more shows this season, at least, you know. Whether we want to do more or not, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's just the start for us, and I feel like already it's like that, set in stone, you know. And I want to thank Matt as well, Matt Chapman, or Butcher Natural Physique. Like, what a man, honestly. Just an amazing human being. And I don't think of Matt as a posing coach anymore. Like, he is truly a friend for life. And that Matt is from Belfast. That's why I'm even more thankful that he drove us around all weekend without complaining, like hour-long drives every day. Didn't ask for any petrol money, didn't ask for anything, to be honest. It was just amazing all weekend. And really, you know, that was the first time I'd met Matt that wasn't just on a posing call. Is this even recording? I really hope this is recording. Okay, we're good. But But yeah, that was the first time I'd met Matt in person and not just had like a quick 45-50 minute posing call with him where it's more business and, you know, I'm paying for a service from him at the end of the day, so how can he help me and what am I struggling with? Because he's terrific at his job. He's like the best of the best. Honestly, couldn't recommend him enough. But yeah, just some of the conversations me and Matt had over the weekend. It's just like, I don't know, bodybuilding has such a niche community, but I feel like everyone has that common interest and understanding of one another that you will get on pretty much no matter what. But then, oh, my shoulder. But then speaking to Matt, in the conversations we had, I was like, wow, like there's more to just bodybuilding that's bringing us together here. Like we could talk about so much stuff, life stuff, mindset, you know, like our love of music and being in the moment and just like values as a human as well, you know. It's just like all these different things over a 2-day period and having these conversations. I was like, wow, like this guy isn't my posing coach anymore. That's just the icing on the cake that we do that as well, but this guy is a friend for life. Like that is how I view him now. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna tear up here. And yeah, as well, I just want to thank PCA Ireland for putting on such a terrific show as well. And it was ran very smoothly and very just amazing. Like they were really good over the weekend, keeping everyone updated on times. The tanning, the girls at Pro Tan were absolutely fantastic. It was ran so smoothly, and that was my first time getting a spray tan, and they just make you feel so comfortable. Although I'm in some state now, but they make you feel so comfortable, and like honestly, like there was nothing bad about that weekend. I was a little bit cranky and grumpy after the show. Nothing to do with the show. I was just exhausted, and I think I needed a good hour to just go silent mode, you know, and be a bit introverted and to myself. And then, you know, like I was fine after that. And yeah, I want to thank everyone who supported this weekend, you know, Shay McCall, Cameron Bama, Jake Byers. They're the main three, just for, you know, Cameron, or CBAM, as some of you will know him as, and Shay, for help. They were working at the event, so it was just the support they had for me and helping Noah and Matt prepare me for the show and make me feel comfortable, keeping us updated on like timings and stuff like that, because my show was at 1:30 I was scheduled to be on, so you know it was a long day of sitting around waiting, having to know what time I need to pump up and when I should have my meal and stuff, so that it's digested and I can still hit my terrific little vacuum up on stage and show my washboard abs off. But no, honestly amazing. And Shay as well, just like honestly just little things, because we had an Airbnb, and Shay and Cameron obviously were working at the event, so they were local, and Shay stays in Derry, so they stopped by on the Saturday night and we all had a couple of hours to chill. And you know, all four of those boys, Noah, Matt, Cameron and Shay, they all have known each other for years. I'm kind of the new guy, I guess you could just say, and it was the first time I've met all the Irish boys in person. But straight away it's like that, you know, it's like no awkwardness, no nothing, whatever. You could just talk about anything with them. And you know, Shay brought me over some cream of rice because I had ran out, and he was like, don't you worry about it, lad. What was that? He was like, don't you worry about it, I'll drop some off. And he brought me like a Derry City scarf, and that was just like, I was so taken aback by that. And he was just saying, I want you, although it was like short lived, I want you to remember, have something to remember this weekend by in Derry if anything goes badly at the show tomorrow, or you don't get the result you want. And I was just like, it's not very often you find people like that in the world. and when you do, you really need to hold them closely and appreciate their appearance in your life. And even then, you know, like even just with meeting them for the weekend, I know I've made really long-term friends with them as well, and I'll definitely be back to Derry, maybe to compete, but also to not have like a rushed couple of days, but to go and visit and, you know, train together and spend some good quality time together, go to a football match or something like that, and obviously take a Celtic scarf for Shay as well, because yeah, he likes the good side of Glasgow. But yeah, honestly, I'm so chuffed with the weekend, how smoothly it went and reaping the rewards. But that, as I said, that is just the start for me. You know, I've got 2 more shows this season, the UK DFBA and the WNBF WNBF Novice First Timers, yeah. Before I turn 24, and then I'm no longer a junior, so these next 5 weeks are about cracking on, really fucking grafting and getting down to some serious stage condition. Because although I looked good up there, and I won, obviously, I know myself that's not the total Cahill McEwen that we want to bring to stage. We want to bring to stage a package that you go, what the fuck is that? And that's what we're gonna do. I fully believe that. And it'll be a tough slog these next 5 and 6 weeks, and I'll really feel like shit, but it needs to happen. If you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want will become the sacrifice. And how can you expect to reap the rewards of something so tough and beat other people if you're not willing to put that work in yourself? Nothing's gifted to you in this life. I've always known and believed that, and my mum and dad have brought me up on values and morals of that, of working hard for what you want in life, and it's just about putting those values into a physical format and just really continuing what I'm doing and adding some extra seasoning on top. What? Too food focused. But yeah, I'm really so chuffed for the weekend. It's just like, just so mind blowing. I know I've talked quite a good bit here, and I've not even said everything I want to say or had the intention of speaking about. But that's just the best way to go about it, just to speak off the dome, speak just whatever's coming to my head. I just wanted to make sure I thanked the people that I really wanted to thank. And I'm really happy with the package I was up on stage, and my posing as well. Like, I was genuinely really happy. And I was the lowest number in order of the boys up on stage in my category. So I was on the very right hand side. And if anyone doesn't know how bodybuilding exactly works, it's like the person in the middle is winning at that time, as long as they're in the middle, and then either side of them is like second and third, and it kind of goes out like that. But it only really matters about the top 3, you know. So I was on the very end, and then they moved the boy. There was 5 of us, so he moved the boy on my left into the middle and swapped those 2 boys around. And I was holding my front relaxed, and I was like, oh no, I thought they would have moved like the person who's winning straight away. And I'm not saying I knew I was winning when I went up there, but when you know the work you put in, you're confident, you know. And so I was standing there still on the very end, and I was like, oh my god, no, just keep posing. And then they called out, they were swapping more people, so they called out my number and swapped me with the boy they just moved into the middle. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. And I heard Noah and Matt like, ah, in the crowd, like going crazy. And that's when I knew, I was like, right, fucking switch on. Like, my mindset completely shifted. Because you can even just tell me talking right now, I'm a happy-go-lucky, silly little lad. You know, I'm a fucking dafty. Excuse my French. Probably get done for that now. But yeah, I'm a silly guy. I love having a laugh like 24/7, and 24/6/7. I was number 67. And it was just like, it was written in the stars, by the way. But anyway, yeah. As soon as, you know, I was like, this is a contest at the end of the day. Like, let's be having you. Let's do it. Because you know, it is a beauty pageant. Let's be honest, and it is a show. But for me, first, it's a competition. In my head, I think it's a competition first, and you can't compete unless you want to win. Otherwise, you're just there. So I was like, right, it's time to switch those quads on, get your posing, get into the poses first, and hold them. And I quite obviously done that because I came away with the first place, you know. So yeah, over the moon. Rest day today. A bit of devolume this week to settle back into it, and then we crack back on straight away, and we just keep going with it. And yeah, I'm over the moon. Can't wait to meet back up with Matt and stuff in the next 5-6 weeks, because he'll be coming to the other shows. Head down, spend the time with them and Noah, and you know, just yeah, I'm really going to take today to just let it all sink in and just really enjoy it. I really wish I vlogged at the weekend, but I didn't. I didn't even know I wanted to film this. Matt convinced me to start doing YouTube, so I was, because of how well I speak, I guess, or how easy I find it to talk. So yeah, maybe I'll start documenting more of my fitness journey. Nah, I don't like saying that. Just more of my life. Give you a more slice of Cahill, than see that there's more than meets the eye than just me being a dafty online. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Oh, over the moon, man. Over the moon. Come on.